my wife declared. I'm the prize. You're lucky I said yes, at our anniversary dinner. I smiled. You're right. Then I had the waiter bring out the annulment papers instead of dessert, her mascara running when the entire restaurant watched her read them. Original post. I, 35 male, just served my wife Natalie 33 annulment papers at what she thought was our anniversary dinner. The look on her face when she realized? Priceless. We got married 11 months ago. Big wedding. Her daddy Roland paid for everything. Country club, 200 guests, the works. Throughout our entire relationship, and especially after marriage, Natalie never let me forget that she was settling for me. Some greatest hits from the past year. My ex Dimitri drives a Porsche. You drive a Honda. I could have married into the Whitmore family, but I chose love instead. You're lucky a woman like me even looked at you twice. Without me, you'd still be some nobody accountant. I'm a CPA at a mid-size firm. Good job, decent money, but apparently not enough for Princess Natalie. The anniversary dinner was at Le Bernardin, fancy place she picked naturally. She showed up 45 minutes late, no apology, wearing jewelry I didn't buy her. Traffic was awful, she said, sitting down like royalty, gracing me with her presence. I ran into Dimitri at Barney's. He just got promoted to partner at his firm. Good for him, I said. He asked about you. I told him you're still, doing your thing. My thing being my job? She laughed. Let's not pretend it's impressive, honey. But that's okay, I don't need you to be impressive. I'm the prize here. You're absolutely right, I said calmly. She blinked, surprised. Usually I defend myself. I mean, look at us, she continued, emboldened. I'm basically carrying this marriage socially. My connections, my family name, my looks. You're lucky I said yes when you proposed. I know, I said, flagging our waiter. In fact, I have something special for you. Her eyes lit up. Oh, is it the Cartier bracelet I showed you? Better, I said. The waiter brought over a silver tray with an envelope on it. Not a jewelry box, an envelope. Natalie frowned. What's this? Open it. She tore it open, expecting maybe a trip itinerary or something. Instead, she pulled out legal documents. Her face went from confused to shocked as she read the header. Petition for annulment. What is this? It's exactly what it looks like. Turns out our marriage can be annulled. On what grounds? Her voice was getting shrill. Other diners were starting to look. Fraud, I said simply. See, you forgot to mention you were still legally married to someone else when we got married. Her face went white. Yeah, about that. 2 months ago, I was going through some paperwork for our taxes when I found something interesting. A document from her semester abroad in Spain 5 years ago. A marriage certificate. To some guy named Carlos. Did some digging. She never got divorced, never even filed. Technically, our marriage isn't valid because she was already married. Bigamy's illegal, though. That was annulled, she stammered. Really? Because I have the Spanish authorities saying otherwise. No record of annulment or divorce. I even hired a lawyer there to check. It doesn't count. It was a drunk mistake. Drunk for 3 months? Because that's how long you lived with him according to the apartment lease I found. People were definitely staring now. Natalie's perfect composure was cracking. You investigated me? I was doing our taxes, Natalie. Your lies investigated themselves. This is ridiculous. We'll just fix the paperwork. Why would I want to fix it? You just spent 10 minutes telling me how lucky I am you settled for me. Well, congratulations. You're free to aim higher now. She grabbed her wine glass like she might throw it. You planned this. Actually, you planned this when you committed bigamy. I'm just cleaning up your mess. Legally. My father will destroy you. Your father Roland? The one who's being investigated by the SEC? Yeah, I don't think he's in a position to destroy anyone right now. That was news to her. Her daddy hadn't mentioned that his company was under federal investigation. Found that out through a client who works at the SEC. Small world. You can't do this. I'm the prize. You're nothing without me. Then you should be thrilled. You're free to be someone else's prize now. She stood up, mascara running, hands shaking. I'll fight this. You'll have to pay me alimony. Half of everything. What half? The marriage is void, Natalie. Legally, we were never married. No alimony for invalid marriages. Oh, and that joint credit card you've been using? Canceled it an hour ago. Where am I supposed to live? Well, not in my house. Your stuff is already packed. Your sister has it. The entire restaurant was watching. Natalie looked around wildly, realizing she was causing a scene, the one thing she hated most. "This isn't over," she hissed. "Actually, it never started. We were never legally married, remember?" She grabbed her purse and stormed out, but not before knocking over her wine glass. It shattered on the floor. The whole restaurant was silent. The waiter approached nervously. "Sir, is everything?" "Everything's perfect," I said. "I'll have the salmon, please." Best $400 dinner I ever had. Update 1, 3 days later. The entitlement explosion has been spectacular. First, Natalie's mom Diane called. "This woman has never worked a day in her life but thinks she's royalty because she married money. How dare you humiliate my daughter like that?" "She humiliated herself by committing bigamy, Diane. That Spanish thing doesn't count. It was practically a foreign exchange fling." "The Spanish government disagrees. So does US law." "You little weasel, you trapped her." "I trapped her into already being married when she married me? That's impressive." "She chose you. Do you understand what an honor that was? The honor of being her second simultaneous husband? I'll pass." Click. Then Natalie showed up at my house with her sister Jenna and 3 moving trucks. 3. For stuff that was already gone. "Where are my things?" she screamed from the lawn. "I told you, Jenna has them," I called through the Ring doorbell. Jenna looked confused. "I don't have anything. Check your garage." "You put her stuff in my garage?" "You said you'd help your sister with anything. This is anything." Natalie was pounding on the door. "Open up, this is my house too." "No, it's not. It's mine. Bought before our non-marriage, still solely in my name. I decorated it, I made it a home. You hung up some live laugh love signs, I took them down. Already looks better. I'm calling my lawyer." "Great. Make sure they know about Carlos, and the Spanish marriage, and the bigamy." Roland, her father, arrived an hour later in his Mercedes. The man looked rough. Guess the SEC investigation was taking its toll. "Son, let's discuss this like men." "I'm not your son, Roland. Was never legally your son-in-law. This can all go away. Just remarry her properly." "Why would I remarry someone who committed fraud?" "It was a misunderstanding. She lived with Carlos for 3 months. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a relationship. I'll make it worth your while. 50,000. To remarry your daughter who thinks she's doing me a favor by existing? 75. Roland, she told an entire restaurant she was the prize, and I was lucky she settled for me. She didn't mean it. She said it every day for 11 months. 100,000. No amount of money is worth being told daily that I'm beneath someone who committed bigamy. He left, but not before muttering something about knowing people. Sure, Roland. The SEC really cares about your connections right now, but the peak entitlement came that evening. Natalie created a social media post, a video, crying about how I scammed her into a fake marriage to steal her youth. He knew our marriage wasn't real and waited until our anniversary to destroy me. The comments were hilarious. Girl, you were already married. How is that his scam? So you committed fraud and you're mad he found out? Didn't you post last week calling him a practice husband? Someone found her old posts about how she was too good for me and screenshot them. The video got ratioed so hard she deleted it within 2 hours. Update 2. 1 week later, Natalie went nuclear, but stupidly. First, she tried to claim I stole wedding gifts. Posted a list on social media of everything he took that was given to US. I responded with one comment. Per Emily post etiquette, gifts should be returned when a marriage ends within a year. Since ours was never valid, I'm returning everything to your family and friends, with a note explaining the situation. The chaos was immediate. Started sending back gifts with a simple note. Thank you for your generosity. Unfortunately, the marriage was invalid due to Natalie's existing marriage to Carlos' Spanish last name. Please accept this return with our apologies for any inconvenience. Her Aunt Margaret called Diane screaming. She was already married. I gave them a $3,000 crystal vase. Word spread through their country club like wildfire. Natalie's carefully curated image was crumbling. Then she tried the nuclear option, claimed I was abusive. Posted that I had emotionally tortured her and manipulated her into marriage. My lawyer shut that down real quick with a cease and desist, plus screenshots of her texts over the past year. You're lucky I even look at you. My ex would have bought me the Prada bag. Sometimes I wonder what I saw in you. Thank God I'm pretty, or this marriage would have nothing. But here's where Natalie really screwed up. She tried to access our joint investment account. Except it wasn't joint. I'd never added her because we'd only been married 11 months, and she'd never contributed a penny. She went to the bank with our marriage certificate, demanding access. The bank called me. Sir, there's a woman here claiming to be your wife. I'm not married. Never have been legally. She has a marriage certificate? Check if it's valid. She was already married to someone else at the time. Long pause. We'll handle this, sir. Apparently, Natalie made a scene. Security had to escort her out while she screamed about discrimination and lawsuits. Then came the revelation that made everything make sense. Her ex, Dimitri? The one with the Porsche? He reached out to me on LinkedIn. Hey man, heard about the situation. Just thought you should know, same thing happened to me. She told me her Spanish marriage was annulled too. I found out after we got engaged. That's why I broke it off. The prize had been lying to everyone for years. I sent that screenshot to Diane. Her response? That's irrelevant. Sure, Diane, your daughter's pattern of fraud is totally irrelevant. The best part? Carlos, the Spanish husband, found out about everything through mutual friends. He's been trying to divorce her for 3 years, but couldn't locate her to serve papers. Guess where she's getting served now? At her parents' country club. During their annual gala. This weekend. I didn't plan that, but karma has a beautiful sense of timing. Final update 2 weeks later. The gala service was magnificent. I wasn't there, but heard about it from multiple sources. Natalie was holding court at the country club, spinning her victim narrative to anyone who'd listen, when a process server walked up. Natalie Rowland? Yes? She probably thought it was event staff. You've been served. Divorce papers from Carlos, Spanish last name. Have a nice evening. In front of everyone, including 3 of her exes and the entire board of her mother's charity. The fallout was instant. People were recording. Someone live-streamed it. Natalie tried to play it off, but everyone now knew she'd been married this entire time. Her parents had to leave the gala early. Their dirty laundry was now public gossip. But Natalie wasn't done self-destructing. She decided to give an interview to a local lifestyle blogger, one of those society pages that covers wealthy people's drama. She wanted to tell her side. It backfired spectacularly. She admitted to the Spanish marriage, but claimed it didn't count because it was in another country. She was young. She was 28. Carlos tricked her. He didn't. European marriages are different. They're not. The blogger fact-checked everything in real time. The comment section destroyed her. Someone found Carlos's Instagram. Turns out he's a successful architect in Barcelona, not some random fling. He posted his own response. I tried to divorce this woman for years. She disappeared. Changed her name on social media. I had to hire investigators. She told people I was dead. Dead. She told people he died. That's why she thought she was safe marrying other people. She literally told everyone her Spanish husband had died in a car accident. Except Carlos is very much alive and has been trying to divorce her since she ghosted him. The country club revoked her family's membership. Turns out bigamy is a conduct unbecoming violation. Roland tried to fight it, but with the SEC investigation, he had no leverage. Then the financial reality hit. Natalie had been living off assumptions. Assumed she'd have access to my money. Assumed her parents would always bail her out. Assumed she could always marry rich. But now, I'm not her husband and owe her nothing. Her parents are facing financial scrutiny. No one wants to date a confirmed bigamist who lies about people being dead. She had to get a job. An actual job. She's working as a receptionist at a dental office. Her Instagram went from champagne and shopping hauls to motivational quotes about rising above adversity. Last week, I got a text from an unknown number. Can we talk? I realize I may have taken you for granted. May have? I didn't respond. Yesterday, Dimitri sent me another message. She applied to be my assistant. The audacity. I told HR about the bigamy. They were concerned. Even better? Carlos successfully divorced her in Spain. Sent me a message saying, "You're free, hermano." The prize is now single, working a regular job and banned from the country club. Her parents are selling their house to pay legal fees. Her sister Jenna won't speak to her after finding out about all the lies. But the absolute best part? Last night, I ran into her at a grocery store. Not Whole Foods, regular grocery store. She was buying generic brand items. Greg, she said quietly. Natalie, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said those things. Which things? That you're the prize? That I'm lucky? That you settled? All of it. You were right though, you were the prize, a booby prize. And I'm definitely lucky. Lucky I found out before we had kids or bought property together. That's cruel. No, cruel is telling someone every day that they're beneath you while you're actively committing fraud. I just stated facts. She started crying. I have nothing now. You have exactly what you brought to the relationship. Yourself. Turns out that's not as valuable as you thought. I walked away. She was still standing there with her generic cereal when I checked out. Sometimes the best revenge isn't elaborate. It's just letting someone face the reality of who they are without you propping them up. Natalie was right about one thing. I was lucky she said yes. Lucky because it taught me exactly what I don't want in a partner. My friends think I was harsh, but you know what? When someone tells you every single day that you're nothing without them, there's something satisfying about watching them discover they're nothing without you. The annulment is official. Took less than a month since, the marriage was never valid. I'm moving on with my life. Dating someone new, an engineer who thinks my accounting job is actually pretty cool and hasn't once mentioned being a prize. Natalie? Last I heard, she was trying to start a YouTube channel about recovering from narcissistic abuse. The irony is lost on her, but not on the 47 people who've sent me the link laughing about it. Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, Carlos and I are Instagram friends now. Dude's living his best life in Barcelona. Posted a story today of him celebrating his official divorce party. Legend. Edit 2. The SEC thing with Roland is ongoing. Can't say much, but let's just say country club membership is the least of their problems. Edit 3. No, I won't link Natalie's YouTube. It has 12 subscribers, and her first video is about spotting manipulation tactics. The comment section is exactly what you'd expect.